All right, this is Deadoak. Um, these have all been sanded once and then hit twice with the Bondo. So those need to be sanded. All of it. Just do a light sand, maybe 220 grit on there and just smooth it out. We're gonna use this paint here. It doesn't match fully. Noah said to just go with it, so that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna roll the faces. So once it's sanded, just roll the faces here. I went ahead and sanded this too, so we'll literally just run our roller up and down the whole thing. The drywall in here is still a little wet, but that ceiling needs to be sanded, possibly refloated. Just see what it looks like when it's sanded. It's a little heavy right there, but ceiling needs to be textured. The walls are flat. Really crappy drywall here is the old one, so we'll just sand the walls and this fur down as well. This needs to be sanded. All this needs to be primed and painted. So we'll prep the ceiling there. And then whatever. I told the guy to leave us space on the trim to run frog tape, and instead he just ran the tape along the quarter round. So we'll either need to pull that tape or cut it, doesn't matter. Same thing with this. All this tape needs to come off. It's not, I mean, he's got it like wrapped up over there. So retake that. The spaces in between, we're gonna go ahead and just leave and we'll back cut them in later. This mantle, I put this here, so we'll sand that down. And I have this green tape that we can use on the brick, but that ceiling up there needs to be prepped, and then all this brick needs to be prepped. And we're gonna spray these end caps and the mantle the same color as all this raw wood. What I would probably do is see if you can caulk all of the corners and stuff. I mean, once it gets painted, you're gonna see every little bit of that. Maybe we do it after we prime, but this is the main project that we need to do. Is the texture, the cabinets, and then this trim, which I don't know, I'll talk to Ulysses about it, but these I may just want to take off, and then we can prep the bars here. Take these little things out, my bad. Take those out and spray those by themselves, I think. The rest of this looks pretty good. Face plates need to go back on. Blinds and stuff need to go back on. And then there's this one here that I just put a little Bondo. I would do a light sand and do one more float. There's a one here that we'll probably just do a light sand and putty. And then in the master bathroom is the same thing. I went with Bondo because the paper started peeling real bad right there, and I didn't want to have to prime it and do all that. So we just Bondoed that, and then we'll do one more float over it. This hole got Bondo, one sand, and whatever, put a little spackle on it. And that's it. I think I'm gonna send Silas and Alex here tomorrow. I'm not sure, but we really need to focus on this. I thought it was a little bit easier than it's gonna be, and it's a whole prep day. I mean, we're gonna have to caulk all of those seams and everything. I mean, it's not easy. This little bit here also needs to get put back on there. Just cut it flat on the bottom and then stick it down, measure it, cut it right there, and then we'll tack it back up with a little finish nailer. We'll see. Ulysses and I may come over here tomorrow too, but that's it. Prep the door, prep the brick, prep the ceiling, caulk all of these spots, re-prep the trim tape line, and then drywall Bondo. Also, there's a drywall spot right here as well. It's still a little wet, but we'll sand that. Probably have to refill some of these holes, but again, it's crappy flat walls, so we're not gonna go crazy with it. So, all right, thank you guys.